Pete and Les arrived in Crete to stay with Brian and Andrew. But they were in for a surprise.
No!
Brian had double-booked their room. So they had to check into the local guest house.
If we could get a flight back tomorrow, I'd go.
Brian's job, meanwhile, was lacking one small ingredient: customers. So he decided to try something else.
I know I could manage a nightclub, but Andrew's dead against that.
Together with Pete and Les, he undertook some hands-on research.
That really is a great club.
Much to Andrew's frustration.
You're not going to run a club.
So you might consider it.
No!
The lodger, meanwhile, had taken in a lodger of her own.
We got no sleep last night at all because they were busy doing things all night.
And when it was finally time to say goodbye to Les and Pete,
See you soon.
See ya. Cheers.
Brian and Andrew heaved a sigh of relief.
I don't know how you got away with that this time. You did get us into some scrapes.
It's late November, and the endless blue skies of Crete have finally given way to what will be Brian and Andrew's first winter.
I think they'll go for it.
It's nearly a month since Pete and Les were here, and the final plan for their as yet unfinished apartment downstairs has just been completed. So all that remains now is to see how it's gone down in Wales.
Hello, Pete.
Hello.
Hello. I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, yeah.
Good. What do you think of the plan?
We both think we're absolutely over the moon with it.
Excellent. Excellent.
He's done a marvellous job there.
He has indeed.
We're going to have to start getting it done because we don't want to miss this next season.
No, we need to get it done right at the beginning of the year so we can start for a full season.
Yep.
So we'll crack on, get the estimates.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, bye.
Yep.
Well, he's happy with that. They love it. They think it's great.
The next thing, of course, is
Cost.
Back in Wales, Pete and Les are much relieved by the progress finally being made on their apartment.
I think it's a really good, in fact, a far better design than we originally come up with.
And we need to get it right.
And
We're
it's
gonna
got
let
the
it out.
space, it's got the allocation of space much better. And it's in probably one of the first times we've had absolute agreement on everything since we started the project.
When Pete and Les aren't using the apartment, it'll be rented out, providing a source of income for all of them.
We just can't wait to get back out there again once the work starts.
Well, here's to Crete then.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
But if Pete and Les could just see it here, they might not be so cheery. And these bleak winter months look like bringing financial difficulties for Andrew and Brian.
my prediction was that once the charter flights had finished, tourists stopped, it would become as dead as a dodo, and it has. And things are extremely tight. They really are. I'm very worried. So I need to find some work for the winter. And there's a bar up here which is open. It's the only bar that's going to open all year round. It needs a bit of life pushing into it. And I think I might well be the guy to do it. I've met the owner, and he wants to see me.
The owner in question is a wealthy Cretan by the name of Nick. He's a man who clearly covets his privacy, and all that's known locally is that he lives in the big house at the top of the hill.
What am I getting involved with? I'm going to ring the bell. Oh. Oh.
Brian plucked up the courage to call Nick and offer his services to manage Palmer's bar a couple of days ago. But now that he's actually here at the house, his courage is beginning to wane.
Oh.
A situation that isn't helped by the enthusiastic presence of Nick's slavering canine minders.
It's a big house.
Still, if there's one thing Brian should be used to, it's unruly dogs.
Wish me luck. Hi, Brian. Hi, Nick.
How you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Come in.
Friendly dogs.
So how's the weather outside?
It's starting to rain.
How's it?
Thanks. Big house.
Thanks.
Nice house.
It's okay.
Andrew, meanwhile, is visiting a house at the bottom of the hill. He's here to view a sample rental apartment, so as to get an idea of the level of finishing they'll need to have for their apartment downstairs.
Andrew, all right?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. You?
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you very much.
Peter runs a local rental company, and he'll be acting as Brian and Andrew's agent when their apartment is ready to rent out.
In most of the villas that we do, you've got the futon settees that you can always put extra people up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And why I thought this was a good one for you to choose to look at, because the owners live upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the terrace with the pool just outside.
So, does it create a problem having the owners living here as well as renting out?
No, because when there are guests here who've booked the villa, the owners don't interfere with the paying guests.
Right,
You
so
know,
they just sort of
keep
live
out the way.
separately,
Yeah,
as it
yeah.
were.
Do you want to have a look round?
Yes, please, if I
Okay.
may. And
Yep.
this is the general sort of level of equipment that your customers expect?
Yes, if you look in the kitchen, they must be, and yours must be equipped to like a Northern European standard, not
Greek.
an old Greek apartment
two-hob
standard.
thing.
No.
Well, Nick's kitchen would certainly qualify, but he's not interested in renting. Hopefully, he's interested in hiring.
I've seen the bar.
Okay.
I think I can help. I think I'll make it work.
What are you gonna do for me?
Forgive me for saying this, but the majority of people that would use it would be English. You accept that? Nobody's doing English traditional Sunday lunches.
Okay.
There's, can I take off?
Sure.
Yeah. We've got to get the English out of their houses in the dark nights. Service is bad down there at present. Because there's nobody leading, there's nobody guiding.
The people that I have there now, they're used to different ways, so we need to make changes.
And work our way.
I need somebody that I can trust.
Yeah. Come through to the bedroom, Andrew, and I'll
Okay,
show you
thank you.
the fittings and things we've got in here. All the rooms obviously have to be a certain size for your registration.
Yes, we found that out because we've had to change certain things now to make sure it is
This qualifies perfectly. You've got the built-in wardrobes there,
right. And I noticed you've also got central heating here.
because this house is also let in the winter.
It is. And that's essential for winter let?
Well, it does get cold in January, February, as you know.
Right. Another expense we hadn't actually thought of.
So what about money? What
Yeah.
you looking for?
I'm expensive.
You're expensive.
I'm very expensive.
Tell me.
You're at the peak time? Peak.
Yeah, I'm talking about the peak time, and now we have to make a deal
Okay,
for
peak time 500.
a week.
Yeah.
What about in the winter?
Half. I have to
Because
pay.
that's a lot of money for me.
Okay. It's not making any money at present.
No, it's not.
You're losing money.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll work together. You see, here the location and the situation is so much like yours. You've got the pool outside the terrace,
Yeah.
the garden, the view across the bay.
And also the owners above.
Yes,
And this lawn looks interesting. How does that stay green all summer?
it's artificial.
Is it?
It's made from recycled carrier bags and recycled car tyres.
Amazing. It looks really... Can I have a look?
Good.
It even feels like
Well, it
walking
is.
on
Feels.
grass. It's amazing.
I know. We've got the green that's made from the carrier bags, and then inside they then put this recycled car tyre, which makes it bouncy. Yeah,
It just looks like soil.
And then this just rubs in.
So lifelike.
People that stay in the house don't know
don't
that it's
know.
not real.
So presumably then the swimming pool is made of old tennis shoes and the house has come together out of lavatory rolls. Back at the top of the hill, Nick has politely asked the film crew to leave while he and Brian finish off their discussion. Well, how did it go?
Yes!
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Great. Nice man, knows what he wants, I can deliver. Yeah, that's really made my day.
Andrew's day, however, is not going so well.
There's a lot to do to get to this standard, isn't there?
There is, but then when you've made the initial investment, it's like they say you've got to speculate to accumulate, haven't you? And something else you've got to think about is your driveway.
Right.
I would suggest with you that you have concrete rather than tarmac.
More expense.
No.
Later that afternoon, and Brian is preparing for his debut evening as manager of Palmer's.
I'm looking for a stunning effect. Knock the customers out.
He's been typically Brian in that he wants to make a good impression. He wants to always do the right thing, and he's getting totally wound up now. It's just a simple job going to work in a taverna. But he's sort of, you think he's sort of like going to be the next president of the United Nations or something, but that's just Brian. He sort of works himself up into a little lather.
Georgie, can you help? Like a canary. No. Just thinking what people would think if they see. No. It shrunk. That can come off. No. Ridiculous. Sleeves. Definitely not. Nope. Let's give them up. Mystical. Yeah, Evelyn. Oh, yeah.
Right? What do you think? So, Twizzle?
Told him you did?
Very smart.
You approve?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Never mind. He's happy. That's half the battle won.
So, having successfully talked the talk with Nick that morning, how will Brian fare when it comes to walking the walk this evening?
Wish me luck.
In an effort to bring in some much-needed income, he's negotiated a trial as manager of this cafe bar near their villa in Almerida. It's obviously not doing great business at the moment, but it's the only bar that plans to stay open during the winter, so it's vital that he makes a good impression.
I'll have a chat with him. Hello. I'm Brian. Hello. Yeah, I'm Brian.
I'm Anka.
Hello, Anka.
Hello, Brian.
I don't really know who the hell I am. Hello? 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 Hi? I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian. Excuse me now. I'm very busy.
Yeah?
For the kitchen, please.
Yeah, I'm Brian. Yeah.
Yes, I know. I know. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh.
I'm very busy now.
Well, you made an impression there.
I certainly did. He doesn't know who the hell I am.
Oh, well, perhaps Brian will make more of an impression on the customers.
I'm Brian.
I'm Michaelis.
Hello, Michaelis.
Michaelis.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Ah. I'm the new manager.
Oh, right. Great.
Oh, that went well. Time for a large G&T, I suspect.
Glass of white wine to start with, please.
Oh, well, I suppose he is on duty. And as the evening continues, they must all be finding it hard to imagine how on earth they've lasted this long without a manager. Back up at the villa, Andrew seems to be working much harder than Brian.
Well, I'm just trying to work out some figures here. Just sort of go through bank accounts, see what we've been spending month-wise, to know what we've got spare, so we can get downstairs underway.
When the downstairs apartment is finished, they hope that the rental will significantly supplement their income.
It gives a potential of between sort of 10 and 20,000 for the whole season, assuming it's occupied all the way through.
Euros or pounds?
That's in pounds, because they pay in pounds.
The catch-22, however, is that they need to do the work as soon as possible to hit next year's season. But right now, money is in short supply.
Yes, I mean, winter is our Achilles heel, because my car hire work has all but dried up. There are a few people coming out, and I help them out occasionally, but not very often. It's much tighter than we ever thought it was going to be, which is piling the pressure on, and it's particularly piling the pressure on Brian, because he's the one that's going to earn.
Oh dear. Well, it's now 1 in the morning.
Hello, Nick.
And Brian has been hard at it for nearly 5 hours. Well, how'd it go?
Little tense at first, but it's going to be okay. It really is. Got a lot of ideas. I need to go to bed. I need to think about it. And that's where I'm going.
The best idea, though, might be to break it to the staff that their new best customer is, in fact, their manager. The following day, and the moment Andrew has been dreading. Nico, the builder, has arrived to give them his quote for finishing off the basement.
So you've seen the sort of plan.
I think this is going to cost about 16,000 euro
Right,
to divide the walls.
right. So that's all the walls,
Yes.
the plastering,
Yes.
and the tile floor?
Yes. I think. Oh no! Sorry.
Doesn't include the tile.
No. It's going to be 10 euro by 1 meter square.
Right, 1,300.
As is often the case with builders, Nico's quote contains a few little extras.
And also we need to make the floor
Yes.
level. This is cost 700 euro.
And you've no idea yet on plumbing or electric?
Some idea I have it.
Go on then, shock me.
19,000.
19,000.
At a stroke, their budget for downstairs has just doubled. And that doesn't include the cost of surfacing the drive.
Just the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
75 euro by
seven-
1 meter cube.
So we've got 50 of those.
Yes.
Andrew's morning just gets better and better.
And also I think I forget to put these walls here.
So that's another 480. 5,150.
Yes.
What's the figure? 50,400.
I think also we need a little bit of the machine here. Yeah,
Hiring the
total
machine?
400 full day.
Right.
You're okay?
No, I'm not okay. Not okay at all, and I know somebody will be even less okay.
So as the ever-cheerful and soon-to-be immensely rich Nico departs, Andrew is left in deep shock.
I mean, I'm astounded at how much that costs. I can tell. I can't believe it's the same price as a house.
Brian and Andrew had estimated a budget of 20,000 euros, and at a pinch might have been able to make 25. But Nico's quote still leaves them at least 20,000 euros short, and at this rate, there's no way they're going to be able to get the work done in time to rent it out next season.
They can't advertise it until we actually have the licence underway. We need to get to that point so we can actually get the thing to provide us with the money, income. At the moment, we're not at that point.
So where has it all gone?
Well, things have just cost us more than we thought they were going to. There's architect's fees, licence fees. You know, we've got to rail round the pool to make it safe. We've also got to get through the winter. We just haven't got the budget now to actually do downstairs.
Brian and Andrew spend the whole of that night calculating and recalculating how they might be able to afford the work. But by the following morning, it's clear that they've simply run out of options. There's only one thing for it, to phone Pete and Les in the hope that they might be able to help.
Hello?
Hello? Who's that?
It's Brian.
Christ, Brian. Do you know what time of the morning it is?
Yeah,
It's still dark here, mate.
just after 7.
It's 2 hours earlier. There's your sound out.
Well, I'm sorry, Pete. I never even thought about that. It's just past 7 o'clock. We've been up all night.
What's happened? Nothing up with you or Andrew.
No, nothing at all about with Andrew or myself. We have a problem about a budget shortfall.
What, on downstairs?
Yeah.
Well, how much was the budget for downstairs?
Well, the budget was 20,000 euros.
Yeah. What's the shortfall?
20,000 euros or thereabouts, give or take.
Well, that's not a bloody shortfall, Brian. That's the whole bloody, the entire budget short.
Yes.
Well, hang on, let's just woken up. All the money short on downstairs. Well, have you got any plans of how you're going to raise this money?
Well, I thought we might talk to you and Les about it.
Well, where the bloody hell do you think I'm going to get 20,000 euros from? That's all right, Les just said we've got not got any more money, and I'm certainly not going to go cap it down to a bank.
You know.
We can't afford it, Brian.
Okay.
I think you're taking a bit of a bloody liberty to even consider it.
All right, okay.
You let have some serious thinking and get back to us and see what you get.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You know.
Well, that went well, didn't it? Well, don't look at me like that.
Oh,
What can you do then? I don't know what we can do at this moment in time.
2 days later, back in Wales, and understandably, Les and Pete have taken news of the budget crisis very badly.
Yeah, I am extremely pissed off, and I don't really know which way to turn there. You know, either we're going to have to cut our losses and pull right out of the project and hope we get the money back in the foreseeable future, or we're going to have to lumber along with it, with perhaps Brian keep tapping us for money. Because, you know, we thought we would sort of were moving forward, and now we've sort of, you know, moved forward, and now we're going back at a great rate of knots.
We've paid out a lot of money, and we've not really had very much back in return. So we are pretty round off.
All I can see is that we're going to have to pull out the project, and that could mean that we'll lose everything we've put into the project.
If we'd have known it was going to carry on like this, we'd never have started it.
In the next programme, Brian and Andrew face their first Christmas in Crete.
We are going to have a big open house on Christmas Day.
And Brian is determined that it will be as traditional as possible.
Good God. That's very big indeed.
So friends and neighbours rally round to help.
Just have a look.
Oh, no, don't hold
You don't know.
And Brian invites everyone he knows for Christmas lunch.
Have a party on Christmas Day if you want to come.
But on the big day itself, it looks like they'll be eating cold turkey
Yes.
until Easter.
And have some friends.